Can background checks detect false intellectual property rights? Many people are surprised to hear what comes up in a background check. They wonder if a background check can detect false intellectual property rights claimed in an application. Intellectual property: just the basics. Intellectual property is a multi-millennia-old concept started by the Greeks to keep others from stealing the fruits of one's intellect. In the present-day United States, there are 4 different types of intellectual property: patent, trademark, copyright, trade secret. At its core, intellectual property is indeed property. The person that has rights to it has it exclusively. Intellectual property theft is a common form of white-collar crime. Your criminal record. If you have been convicted of intellectual property theft, this will very likely appear in a background check run by a potential employer or other entity. The consequences for stealing intellectual property can be severe, like potentially not being considered for a job. Your best bet is to explain what happened to the employer and let them decide how they want to proceed. Patents, trademarks, or lack thereof. Filing for rights to intellectual property is done through the United States Patent and Trademark Office and is public record. It is public information filed with the government, so it can be accessed via a background check if the employer requests it. Most employers will likely not include patents, trademarks, and other forms of intellectual property in the criteria search. They may include it in their research if you boast holding a patent or trademark for some idea or invention in your application. If the patent or trademark doesn't come up, because you're claiming false intellectual property rights, this will be a red flag for employers. Best course of action. The best thing to do is to not claim false intellectual property rights, but in many cases, that thought comes too late. It is always best practice to speak honestly with the person who will be running a background check on you. If you are unsure if your claim has gone through and don't want things to seem suspicious, it may be good to run a background check on yourself. Use affordable background checks and see for yourself. If you are the employer, you can run a check on a candidate that you feel may be claiming false intellectual property rights. Affordable background checks believe in accurate and complete background checks at a price that anyone can afford. We will get the job done fast and your satisfaction is always guaranteed. Thank you.